Logan Paul, or better yet his legal team, is being unreasonable, and it's pointlessly costing CoffeeZilla money by forcing him to file this motion.
Filing in Texas federal court gives Logan Paul an advantage because CoffeeZilla won't be able to use the Texas anti-SLAPP law.
Look at somebody like CoffeeZilla. Yes, he has a lot of YouTube subscribers. He's not anywhere near the capacity of his opponent. I mean, his opponent has an unlimited war chest to come at him and could essentially use this suit to drive him off the internet.
After crashing down and losing over $3 million or more, just because a YouTuber called out a scam, out of that rage and anger, Logan Paul is now threatening everyone who criticized him, his brand, and his actions. You have to watch this video till the end, because in this video, I will explain how behind a so-called WWE star and controversial drink entrepreneur, there is a guy who doesn't even have the guts to handle valid criticism. Let's start the video. So the brand new news coming from Logan Paul is that he is now trying to silence the victims who spoke out against him and criticize his actions for scamming millions of dollars. Those who didn't believe in his CryptoZoo or ScamZoo, whatever you call it, still believed in Logan Paul. They believed in the guy we've watched for so long, the same guy who once lapped at a suicide victim in Japan. A guy whose life basically started with scams and whose main purpose in life seemed to be just making money no matter the cost, even if that meant scamming people. They believed Logan Paul would never scam them. They thought Logan Paul is going to make us money, so they invested in CryptoZoo. But as always, Logan Paul couldn't let go of his old habits, and eventually he kept his quote-unquote promise by scamming the fans who trusted him. Then there's a superhero, and for Logan Paul, judgment arrived on the surface and called Logan Paul's scam out, saying, "You scammed a lot, now pay back the money." I don't want to go into detail on that because I'm assuming everyone knows that already. So that lawsuit and controversy lasted for 2 years until Logan Paul and his lawyers are now trying to investigate CoffeeZilla and want to ask him questions, saying why he did that, why CoffeeZilla spread lies about Logan. So CoffeeZilla agreed to come on Zoom, but Logan Paul, being a bully, asked and pressured him legally to come in person, which doesn't make any single sense. And it's actually costing and putting CoffeeZilla in loss of time and money to arrive and give answers to Logan's lawyers' questions, where CoffeeZilla doesn't have any involvement in Logan Paul's CryptoZoo scam.
Based on what I'm seeing in CoffeeZilla's motion, I really do think that this should be an easy stipulation between the parties to allow these third-party witnesses to be deposed via Zoom. Logan Paul, or better yet his legal team, is being unreasonable, and it's pointlessly costing CoffeeZilla money by forcing him to file this motion and argue it. And at the end of the day, it's playing right into the narrative that Paul is a bully looking to punish his critics and now re-victimize the alleged victims.
I totally agree with her. Logan Paul is clearly becoming a bully here and is obviously trying to harass and pressure CoffeeZilla, attempting to silence him and any other critics through legal harassment. Many people also criticize Logan Paul's actions in the comments, saying things like, if you want to require someone to travel for a deposition or to testify in court, you should be responsible for the travel costs. Then another person commented, I hope this BS just makes the judge angry for wasting everyone's time and being so petty. And you tell me, why would CoffeeZilla even go and talk to Logan Paul's lawyers face to face? Logan Paul has a bad reputation for calling people to his location just to humiliate them, just like he did with a BBC journalist. He called the journalist all the way from England to Puerto Rico, then sent a look-alike and mocked him with fake answers.
There's a strange atmosphere in the room, and a suspicious amount of Logan's own cameras pointed at us. All of a sudden, it becomes clear why.
What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Thanks. Matt.
Matt, sorry, I'm tired.
No worries.
Last night was hard. How are you enjoying?
Is Logan coming?
I'm right here, bud. You came all the way to Puerto Rico from England. This is your interview.
Can you imagine how disrespectful it is to be invited and permitted to give an interview with the BBC, have them flown all the way from England to Puerto Rico, and then send your lookalike to insult and disrespect the journalists? These journalists traveled that far just to hear the real truth directly from Logan Paul. If you hide like a coward, it only shows you're guilty and don't have the guts to accept or defend the truth. Right now, Logan Paul is using a strategy where he wants to financially break CoffeeZilla in every way possible. Logan wants that even if CoffeeZilla somehow wins the case, he still loses his money. And in any case, CoffeeZilla might face trouble whether from losing money, losing the case, or both. That's why Logan Paul filed the lawsuit in Texas. He knows that CoffeeZilla can't use the anti-SLAPP law in the federal court of Texas, which will make CoffeeZilla's defense much more expensive and difficult. Here, a lawyer explains this issue in detail.
Texas. Although many defamation complaints are filed in state court, filing in Texas federal court gives Logan Paul an advantage because CoffeeZilla won't be able to use the Texas anti-SLAPP law. As you might know, a strategic lawsuit against public participation, or SLAPP suit, is a legal action intended to censor, intimidate, or silence critics by burdening them with the cost of legal defense. So without an applicable anti-SLAPP law, CoffeeZilla's defense is going to get extremely expensive, even if he's successful.
Can you just imagine how shameless Logan Paul is? When he saw everyone exposing him and all the proof coming out, he just gave false allegations and lawsuits to others to create trouble. Logan Paul should be facing the consequences of his scam and fraud. But right now, he's making things harder for CoffeeZilla. Logan is way stronger financially than CoffeeZilla, so he's literally trying to silence him. And now the lawyer of CoffeeZilla is revealing all this.
I reached out to CoffeeZilla's lawyers and got Mark Bankston on the phone. Pretty surprised that Logan Paul had completely rehabilitated his image, and then CoffeeZilla just came out of nowhere and besmirched him for no reason whatsoever. So I found that to be very surprising.
This case really presents a David and Goliath type problem. You look at somebody like CoffeeZilla, yes, he has a lot of YouTube subscribers. I mean, I'm sure he makes money. You know, I'm sure he does fine. He's not anywhere near the capacity of his opponent. I mean, his opponent has an unlimited war chest to come at him and could essentially use this suit to drive him off the internet. We're not going to let that happen.
I completely agree. The lawyer of CoffeeZilla is right. Logan is now trying to escape by using his money. He's literally trying to get away with his money power. And since he can cause trouble for others with money, that's his strongest zone. I know Logan Paul is losing money every day, but his net worth is still around 150 million right now. So he actually knows that if he somehow gets away from this with money, he will go on to scam more people. But his main target right now is to make trouble for others and come out with money. And not only that, another tactic he's using is blaming his co-founders, saying they stole all the money. Even Logan's manager, according to Logan Paul, is innocent.
We only lost money trying to pick up the pieces. As has been the case with dozens of crypto and NFT projects, the space is unfortunately ripe for bad actors to infiltrate projects that start with even the best intentions. Jake the Snake is no longer affiliated with CryptoZoo, and we hope the money he reappropriated was worth ruining his reputation. Con man Eddie is being investigated by a higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you can imagine, I was not cleared from legal to discuss much of this, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigations going on during the fallout. But I do appreciate you calling out that rats under my nose stole the game code, millions of dollars, and left Jeff and I abandoned with no team and knives in our back.
So right now, Logan Paul just wants to blame others with his theories and stories and act like he did nothing wrong after taking money from so many people. How shameless can a man be? Logan Paul is trying to make others look like the villains while painting himself as the hero. But everyone already knows the truth. Logan Paul is becoming the king of scammers. So right now, why is Logan Paul actually trying to make trouble for CoffeeZilla? Is he really heartless? No, actually, Logan Paul is afraid. He's afraid CoffeeZilla will stay in the investigation and reveal more things that could destroy Logan's next scam plans.
All people were buying was the marketing and the promises. And it wasn't just the NFTs they bought either. The Zoo token also skyrocketed in value.
Who knows if everything about CryptoZoo or some other shady blueprint will come out. Until now, it's been underrated in the controversy, and Logan is just smiling in the corner because no one knows about it. Who knows how many more scams there are. Logan Paul has also said before that he's afraid of CoffeeZilla's scams.
CoffeeZilla, who's incredible, by the way. A very thorough, good-hearted, smart guy, did a deep dive into this project that I attempted to make called CryptoZoo.
So that's why right now he's thinking if he can create trouble for CoffeeZilla, maybe CoffeeZilla will be busy defending himself and won't expose Logan's other scams. This is actually his main target. And anyway, Logan Paul plans to escape by blaming his co-founders, then pay fines, and after that, execute his next plan. So what do you think? Is CoffeeZilla really in trouble now, or is Logan Paul the one actually putting him in trouble? Let me know.